at 11 a.m. this morning, we are cutting across to pictures of the aftermath of shelling in Kharkiv. In a potentially significant shift, the Russian army has said that the first phase of its campaign was over and its troops would now focus on the liberation of the Russian-speaking Donbas region in Ukraine East. Russia primarily claiming that they really have stood victorious in the first phase. And this is the message they're putting out to the world with all the Z and V symbolic indications that they continue to put out to the world. And this is, of course, Kharkiv that we are looking at, the former capital of Ukraine, one of the most strategic locations when it came to military attacks on the part of the Russians. And the aftermath of shelling in Kharkiv looks that you see on your screens. This is a potentially significant shift, as I mentioned, because this is the Russian army now claiming that the first phase of its military campaign is over and the troops would now focus on liberation. And yes, the details that we have been getting you because the war has now entered into its second month and we've seen the kind of devastation and destruction in so many cities in Ukraine. But what really is the situation in the Donbas region? Because we've seen claims and counterclaims coming in from both the sides. My colleague Patrick Lancaster, who has been reporting from the interiors of where the attacks have happened and where really this is headed. Take a look at this report.
And we've moved on to this kindergarten here where some of the women and children are housed. And we're told there's a total of 71 people here and 39 of them are children in many rooms of this kindergarten. And we've talked to some of the people here, some of the parents, and we've heard some very hard things about what was happening in Mariupol. We had two women tell us that the Azov battalion, which is nationalist Ukrainian forces, were not letting people evacuate the city before and during the attacks. And we've heard this before, but this is the first time we've actually gotten complete confirmation of it. And one woman also was saying how the Azov battalion was firing on the civilians there and using the rooftops to fire from. Very hard situation here, but she said they were firing on the civilians, using all the civilian buildings to fire from. So this is a very hard situation here, and we wish the best for these people, but right now they're in this area to be registered, so all the documents are okay as they go forward to wherever they want to go, because they say they feel free here. They can go back, try to go to Europe, go to Russia, stay in the DNR or DPR, and we hope the best for them, and we're going to keep showing you all the breaking news here. And we can see a huge amount of these tents here set up to house these refugees. And now we hear there's a kindergarten kind of up the way where they're housing children and mothers. We're going to go check that out. I'm Patrick Lancaster, and this is a special report for Republic Media Network. And right now we are in the village of Bisimina, which is not far from Mariupol. And this is where a center for refugees coming from Mariupol has been set up by DPR and Russian forces. And right now, many thousands of refugees that are here are queuing up for the morning meal that's supplied by the DPR emergency services and DPR and Russian forces. And we can see the DPR emergency services here behind me. And in the last days, there's been many estimates of the amount of refugees that have been evacuated from Mariupol. The total before this intensification and the hostilities here was a city of 500,000 people. Days ago, it was estimated that there was still 300,000 left in the city that has been put into ruins, and now the new estimate is there is still 100,000 still in Mariupol. Now we're seeing a long line of people queuing to come to this village and to register to enter the rest of the Donetsk People's Republic and possibly Russia. And we're gonna have a look around here and see what the real situation is.